Good morning, everyone. Once again, this is Teacher Marlene welcoming you to another exciting math lesson. Before we move on, I would like to remind you that after this lesson, we are expected to illustrate the different properties of equality and congruence, to identify the properties applied in each of the given statements. Let us look back to our past lesson. Previously, we learned about a postulate and a theorem. A postulate is a statement which we assume to be true even without proof. How is it different from a theorem? A theorem is a statement that needs to be proven. As we have said, theorems need to be proven. How are we going to prove a theorem? Very easy, because the lesson that we will discuss today are very useful in proving theorems. These are the properties of equality and congruence. Let us have the first property, that is the addition property of equality, or APE. The addition property of equality states that for all real numbers A, B, C, and D, if A is equal to B and C is equal to D, then A plus C is equal to B plus D. For example, we have 8x plus 4y minus 12 equals 10x plus 2y. Adding 12 to both sides of the equation, then we will have 8x plus 4y minus 12 plus 12 equals 10x plus 2y plus 12. We have already applied the APE there. Then, we have now 8x plus 4y equals 10x plus 2y plus 12. Next is the multiplication property of equality, or MPE. The multiplication property of equality states that for all real numbers A, B, and C, if A is equal to B, then AC equals BC. For example, we have 3x equals 9. Multiplying 1/3 to both sides of the equation, then x is equal to 3. Next is the distributive property of multiplication over addition. The distributive property of multiplication over addition states that for all real numbers A, B, and C, then A times the quantity B plus C would be equal to the product of AB plus the product of AC. For example, we have 3 times the quantity x minus 2. Multiplying 3 times x, that is equal to 3x, and multiplying 3 times negative 2, that is equal to negative 6. So we have distributed 3 to the quantity x minus 2. That's why we have 3x minus 6. Another is the substitution property. The substitution property states that if A equals B, then A may be replaced with B at any time. For example, A plus B equals C. If A is equal to B, then we can substitute A to B. So we will have now A plus A instead of A plus B, because we have substituted A to B. That is equal to C. A plus A is equal to 2A. That is equal to C. We have now 2A equals C. Okay. Aside from properties of equality, we also have properties of congruence. First one is the reflexive property. The reflexive property states that anything is equal to itself. For example, a segment AB is congruent to to segment AB. We also have the symmetric property. The symmetric property of congruence states that if AB is congruent to CD, therefore CD is also congruent to AB. The last one is the transitive property. The transitive property states that if AB is congruent to CD and CD is congruent to EF, then AB is congruent to EF. Let us now apply what we have learned in the lesson by answering these practice exercises. What we are going to do is to identify the properties applied for each statement and write it on the space provided below each number. Number 1, if x minus 100 equals y plus 10, then x is equal to y plus 110. What property is being applied in this number? Okay, that is APE, or the addition property of equality. Next, we have 7 times the quantity x plus y equals 7x plus 7y. What property is being applied? Of course, that is DPMA, or distributive property of multiplication over addition, because we distributed 7 to x and to y, having now 7x plus 7y. Number 3, angle x is congruent to angle x. Anything is congruent to itself, so that is reflexive property. Let's have number 4. If 4a equals 12, then a is equal to 3. How did we arrive to this a is equal to 3? That is by multiplying 1/3 to both sides of the equation. Therefore, we use the multiplication property of equality. Let's have the last one. If a is equal to b, then b is equal to a. That is the symmetric property. Do you have any question? Let us now summarize what we have learned today. Today, we have learned the properties of equality and congruence. One is the addition property of equality, or APE, which states that for all real numbers a, b, c, and d, if a is equal to b and c is equal to d, then a plus c is equal to b plus d. Next one is the multiplication property of equality, or FEE. This states that for all real numbers a, b, and c, a times c is equal to b times c. The distributive property of multiplication over addition, or DPMA, states that for all real numbers a, b, c, a times the quantity b plus c is equal to ab plus ac. Next is the substitution property. It states that if a is equal to b, then a may be replaced by b anytime. Moving on to the properties of congruence, we have the reflexive property. The reflexive property states that anything is equal to itself. So a is equal to a. We have also the symmetric property. In the symmetric property, it states that if a is equal to b, then b is equal to a. Then we also have the transitive property. The transitive property states that if a is equal to b and b is equal to c, then a is equal to c. Now, for your performance task, I want you to take a look at each of the pictures carefully. And then, you are going to write a short paragraph about the importance of equality as depicted in each of the pictures. For your rubrics, we have, if your paragraph is very clear and very relevant, that is N. If your paragraph is clear and relevant, that is A. If your paragraph is somewhat clear and relevant, that is 6. And 4, if your paragraph is somewhat clear but not relevant. And the last one, you will get 2 if your paragraph is not clear and not relevant. To practice more, I want you to copy your assignment. In this assignment, you are going to complete the 2-column proof using the appropriate properties of equality or congruence. Given 4 times the quantity 2x plus y minus 3 equals 10x plus 2y. You are going to prove that y is equal to x plus 6. On the first column, you have there the statements. What you are going to do is to supply reasons or reason for each of the statement by choosing the property of equality or property of congruence that we have just discussed. A while ago, we learned the importance of equality in mathematics or the properties of equality. But how is it related to our lives? In our lives, equality is about ensuring that every individual has equal opportunity to make the most of their lives and talents. It is also the belief that no one should have poorer life chance because of the way they were born, where they come from, what they believe, or whether they have a disability. In God's eyes, we are all equal. That's all for today. See you again.